Way ha, way ha, way ha. 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 Welcome, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary people, to the first Inflorenza RPG actual play. Thank you for your listening. I will introduce you the two other players. Isabelle, hello.
Hello.
And Côme, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Côme, you're the translator of Inflorenza English spoken version.
That's right.
And myself, I am. My name is Thomas, and I am the author of the French version of this RPG called Inflorenza. And today we are playing a theater from the book, which is called The Highway of Tears. So it is located in the in British Columbia. There is a large and straight highway, imperturbable, an open wound in the forest. This highway is typical of North America. There's no guardrails or safety barriers. It's not visited much, only by the rare natives with vehicles, civil servants, forest industries, bikers and truck drivers who drive through America in monsters of wheel. On the road, Indian reservations. Lake Camp has several shops, a motel, and a native police station. And so through the Canadian forest, through this never-ending road, young Americans are hitchhiking. And there are some disappearances. Highway of Tears is a sad and shamanic road movies in the vast forests of the Great North. So, Isabelle, you're the first focus player. So, if you want to introduce your character, write your goal sentence, and set the first scene, you're welcome.
So my character is Ayana. She lives in the reserve. So
The
right
reservation?
now, yeah, she lives in the reservation. So right now I am at my place. It is dawn and my 4 younger brothers are still asleep. I know that they are about to wake up to go to work, and my dad has already left to work. So I seize the moment and I quickly pack my bag with a warm jacket and what I can find as leftover food. I hurry up out of the place, like it's still dark, and I go to the very end of the village to the healer's hut. It's a hut that is a bit outside of the village. No one really likes to go there. It's both sacred and feared, so I go here alone. I slowly enter the hut. It's a very narrow and tall place. There's no window at all, so it's very dark inside and very dusty as well. It takes me a few seconds for my eyes to find a bit of light between the cracks of the wood, and I see mostly a lot of books and a lot of little bottles, and I can see the silhouette of the healer who's already there. He has a deep voice and he says, "So you're serious about that? You're really going?" "Yes, I am. I'm packed. I'm about to leave." He says, you know that there are risks. You probably won't come back from this. You know that many left and died. I can't let you go like this. Take those herbs. I say, healer, I don't believe in all that. I don't believe in this. I'm leaving. I want to find my own culture. I want to find who I am out of this village. I want to walk through the forest to reach Vancouver. He says, still, take these herbs. If you chew them, they will calm the pain. And take this knife. He gives me a knife that is carved in the shape of a feather. I quickly take it and I feel a bit angry in myself and afraid of the healer. I quickly leave the hut with the herbs and the knife, and I go towards the forest.
Okay. Are you okay with your narration, or would you want to go further? Or maybe maybe you want to roll the team dice and write your goal sentence?
My goal sentence is I want to walk through the forest to reach Vancouver. If you would like me to rewrite it or reorient it, you let me know.
So the team is the number 2, the forest, something like that.
Say again.
Yeah, second, the forest. Okay, so that's nice.
Right. So the theme that you rolled was 2, which is the forest.
Okay.
In this
yes.
theater.
Yeah. It was 2. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So your goal sentence is written, so your character is kinda created. You can end your turn without a conflict.
I'm ending my turn.
So if you end without a conflict, you have to roll the die again.
Right.
And
or you can end turn with a conflict. For instance, just imagine that the ancient that you met, the ancient that gave you herbs and knife, maybe he can come after you and tell you, oh, I think you just have to go in the sweat lodge and have a vision, and maybe we can play a conflict because he's wanting to persuade you to get more involved in native culture and have a vision in the sweat lodge between traveling. So it can be an instance of conflict.
Yeah, but just so you know, like since right now you have only one sentence, if you use it in the conflict and you get,
it's kind of risky.
Yeah, because if you get a dice of sacrifice, you have to strike your conflict, and basically your character is out. So that would be a very short life for your character.
So in that case, I'd rather end without a conflict, and I'll add several sentences later.
I said this because it happened to me once or twice playing Inflorenza. Like I bet my first sentence and then I had to cross it, and that was the end. So
sometimes life is crap.
Exactly.
Okay, that's
but
nice.
if you,
So you're ending without a conflict.
Yes, please. So what do I roll?
Oh, you have to roll the d6 again. And this time you have to write a second sentence related to the theme that you roll, but this time you don't have to include the verb to want. It can be about whatever you want.
Yes. Whatever you like.
Yeah.
Donc, so 4 is the police. This is the team of your second sentence. So can you write kind of conclusive sentence including the police theme and related to the past narration that you made?
Yes. So since I am about to reach the city, I'm pretty confident in my abilities to handle myself. So that's why I don't believe in any healers, herbs, or magic. I know that outside of this culture, all safety relies in the hands of the police, and I entirely trust them to guarantee my own safety.
Okay. Nice, really nice. So maybe Côme, if you want, you can take the second turn.
Sure.
And be the focus player for this time.
Yeah, sure. So I'll just. Okay, so I rolled a 4 again. So that's the police theme for my first sentence, which is actually good for me because I play Robert Denton, who is a policeman in the a provincial policeman working in Lake Camp. So when the story begins, Robert is at his desk. It's the morning, and he's been working. Well, it's the end of the day rather, and he's been working all day on this case, the Highway of Tears case, which is not really his official case. Is a small-time cop, so he's supposed to work on writing papers and helping people find their pets and things like that. And he's kind of tired of that, so he's decided to take on the case. Well, not by himself, but pretty much that, because he's looking at his colleagues, just going about their business and actually making fun of him for being interested in this case. There's probably one of his colleagues coming over to him and saying something like, "Oh, you really think that you can crack open the Highway of Tears case by yourself? Just give up, man. You've never done anything but small time stuff. Like, what makes you think that you have the shoulders for this?"
How does he react?
Well, the thing is I'm kind of at the bottom of the ranks, so I don't have much to prove. So from the outside, you just see Robert like giving a small smile, like he as if he was finding it funny, but inside I'm just boiling with rage and thinking something like, I'll prove them that I can do this. And so I grabbed the keys of my car and just head outside with part of the files in my hand, and and I think that I'm going to try and meet one of the people who reported a disappearance, who's called Stephanie Merrick. She's a truck driver, and I know that. Well, I'm not sure, but probably if I'm lucky, at this time of the day, she will be having dinner in some kind of diner just outside of town. Okay. So my first sentence is, I want to catch the killer to make the road sure for teenagers. Because while just before I enter the diner, I take a look again at the file, and I look at the pictures of all the teenage girls and boys who have disappeared. And although I don't have any children myself, I feel very very angered and very saddened by this.
What about your team role for this goal sentence?
It was a 4, as I said.
So the police.
Mm-hmm.
And so you wrote that you want to catch the killer, so teenager can be safe.
Yes.
But what about the police really into this sentence? Maybe you can complete.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, can I make it kind of a double goal then? Something like, I want to catch the killer to make the road sure for teenager, And okay, so I'll just add a bit. So I also look at my notes for this case, and that's also part of the reason why I didn't react before when my colleagues mocked me, because something inside, I can't prove it yet, but something inside tells me that it's a member of the police force who is responsible for these killings. It makes sense because, you know, they're the ones who have the means to do that. So it's just a hunch for now. It's just I'm not sure about that, and that's what I want to prove as well. Because I'm tired of people not trusting the cops and saying that you know, I've heard people saying that the road isn't sure because of the killer, but also because of the cops taking advantage of their status.
Can I make just a small interruption?
Yeah, sure.
I think when you go to the model, not to the diner. When you go to the diner, you can see a tag on the wall. It is written, "Cops taking lives." Excuse me, no, not the real sentence. It is written, "Pigs taking lives, right. Cops closing the eyes."
Yeah, yeah. So I see that, and I know that in my heart, I know in my heart that it's kind of true. So I just my fists close, and I take a deep breath, and I try to focus on the case and convince myself that I'm not one of the pigs, that I'm the one who can make a difference about that.
And you think you're not one of the cops that are closing eyes too?
Exactly. Yeah. So okay. So let me. I think I'll end without a conflict, and let me just roll the die to see. Okay, so I got a 5, which is shamanism. Which is not. Let me think for a second. Okay, I think I'll end on a kind of cliffhanger. So just as I was about to enter the diner, there's a Native American woman leaving the diner. She's middle-aged, wearing North Canadian clothes, and she gives me a kind of very deep look, like she's staring at me with a lot of I don't know. There's a kind of intention behind her eyes that I cannot completely comprehend. And she says, "I've seen you in my dreams." And I'll just end with that.
And do you understand what she says?
Well, we'll see at the next turn.
Okay. Nice. And so, what do you write?
I'll write. What I write, it's okay. I will write. The shaman saw me in her dreams, which implies, of course, that the woman is a shaman.
Okay, so this woman, you said that she's word as a North Canadian people, something like a woodman with.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, like with a shirt, and rolled shirt with yeah, like the stereotypical
Okay.
Woodcutter's clothes.
So she doesn't have any ritual or very or native culture related clothes.
Well, not clothes, but we could. I wanted to maybe introduce it in my next run, but we can say that now.
Maybe it is a very neutral shaman. It's a kind of
I was just thinking like she's wearing maybe bracelets and some kind of jewelry that gives away her status. for someone who knows, but probably Robert. I'm not sure that Robert knows.
He's not
how,
spotting.
Yeah, he's not. He's not really familiar with the garments of a shaman. So he probably. When I said that she was wearing North American clothes, it's also the way that Robert sees her. So
He didn't notice. Okay.
Exactly. So yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. So I will take the last turn. I'm now the focus player. You can interact with me with your character on or in playing environment or NPC. It's all free. So I am beginning. Cancer. Everything is cancer. Every day of my life, I eat cancer. I drink cancer. I smoke cancer. Every day in my life, eating beef, eating pork, eating chicken. Every day in my life, drinking cans and cans and cans of beer. Till the end of the day, watching TV. Every day in my life, eating smoke, smoking cigarettes, smoking pipes, doing the smudging ritual. In the dockyard, my cabin is full of smoke. In the reservation, my brick house, my brick white man house is full of smoke. My name is Dwayne Alecson. This is my right name. But my real name is so ancient that I can barely pronunciate it. I am the Saschem. I am the reincarnation of the Saschem. But today I am forgetting it. Day by day, I am forgetting and burying and unsmoking my roots. And day by day, I became less Saschem and more Dwayne Alecson. This is my fate. But now I suffer too much. And now it's time to pay back. It's time for revenge. So I make a team roll and I obtain 4, the police. And so my goal sentence is something like police didn't make its work, and I want to take a revenge because years ago I lost my nephew. I lost him in the highway of tears, and I made nothing. I trusted the cops to find the truth. They found nothing, but maybe they researched nothing. And what did I do? Crying, sleeping, eating, drinking, making barbecue, becoming more and more right.
Are you the one who wrote the graffiti on the wall of the diner?
No. Because this tag, this is a kind of war pains. But today I am not wearing war paints. I am just coming with the axe of war. No paint, just the axe.
Right.
And this is a really old axe. That maybe this is the last thing that came me from the ancients. It was in my backyard, and now this is out of the earth. This is in my hands, and it will be my tool for revenge. And as the TV shows is going on in the background, in the darkness of my messy house with cans and cans of beer on the ground, I am just polishing the axe of war. Okay. I have no idea to make it more interactive. I think it's okay. I will end.
So what's your first sentence?
Oh, my first sentence. I said it, but I can repeat it. Police didn't make its work.
Oh yeah.
I want to take a revenge. So
Right.
it's time for revenge porn. But Dwayne, Alecson is not kind of it's not just like the star of the Taken film.
Okay.
He's a fat man, he's an alcoholic man. He's 50 years old, quite an old man. And so he has the hatred, but he doesn't have the strength. Something like that.
Okay.
Okay. So I am just going outside my messy house with my axe hidden in my clothes, and I am going to the diner in order to speak to Stephen Merrick, because Stephen Merrick, she's a girl, okay?
Yeah. Stephanie Merrick.
Stephanie Merrick, well, okay. She's the last person who has an hint about the Highway of Tears disappearance. And so I am going and fetch this person. So maybe we will meet at this place. I think I will make a sentence, a conclusive sentence about my link with Stephanie Merrick. Did you think in 5? Oh, the forest. I will write. So my whole team gave me the number 2, the forest, and so I write. Stephanie Merrick has witnessed something more than she said in the forest. I think she didn't have told all the truth, and she's the first time she's the key. Okay, so my turn is finished. We can continue with the same turn order. This is the main this is the main rule of Inflorenza. But at any time, feel free to ask for an extra turn or ask for interverting some turns if you feel it more comfortable.
Okay.
Okay, so Ayana, just say that it is your turn.
Yes. So at the moment, I've just reached the forest. It's a deep and dark forest, and I'm trying to progress, but it's kind of slow. The trees have like long limbs that overshadow me, and it's daytime now, but it's still very dark in the forest. I feel like the village is like a magnet that's pulling me back, as if it was asking for me to come back. And I don't like that. It makes me both afraid and angry. I feel like my progression is very slow. There are like bushes in an untamed forest, and I feel almost insecure staying here. So I decide to head towards the road. So I try to cut short and I go towards what I hear is cars nearby. So I arrive near the road, I reach the road, I start walking on the side of the road and just feeling the light on me, it makes me feel better already, not being in the forest. Even though I'm quite used to being in nature, knowing that I'm alone after all that time that I spent when I knew there was always someone next to me, being here on my own, I feel safe on the road. And all of a sudden, I see in the distance a sign on the side of the road, and it reads, "Caution, girls, don't hitchhike on the highway of tears. Killer on the loose." And I, I felt almost angry that I received that advice, and I'm not ordinary girl. I'm not the only trans too, but I've spent most of my life raising my four younger brothers. I was basically the head of the family when my dad was not there. So I'm perfectly capable of handling myself. I'm not like those pretty girls on the sign. So I'm going to end that conflict and rolling free for the natives. So I look at the sign and I see the pictures of the previous victims.
Sorry, just if you end with a conflict. Sorry, you said you end with a conflict or without a conflict? Oh, sorry, my bad. So go
on. So yeah, I was still looking at the sign and I see pictures of smiling girls who are natives, and all of a sudden I feel touched. I feel quite close to them. I feel like maybe it could be me, and my hand unconsciously just gets tight. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's anger. I feel like I can prove that the natives and even the girls have what it takes. So I want to show that I won't be one of the natives on the sign. I want to prove to myself that I'm worth of my culture and I'm one of the successful natives. I'm ending there.
on.
So I'm writing, I'm one of the successful natives.
Right. Interesting. All right. Yeah. Just so you know, the sound was a little lower on this turn for you. I don't know why, but
lower and crappy.
You can crank it up a bit. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. But I could. I mean, I heard what you were saying. There's no problem. Just.
I could be a bit higher for Dexter then.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
That's fine. So
all right. So okay. So I was well. I didn't enter the diner. So actually the shaman who just told me that she saw me in her dreams. She tells me that, and then she starts to move away to get to her car, and instead of entering the diner, I just turn around and I run up to her and I grab her arm and say, maybe a little more violently that I would like, and I say, what did you just say? And she doesn't react. She just stares at me again, and she after maybe like a minute of silence, she just says, "It was not a good dream."
Okay. Would you want to keep playing this this extra character, or?
Oh yeah, please. No. You can or Isabelle, you can play her. I really don't mind because I like to be surprised. So feel free.
Okay. As you want. Isabelle, would you please play the shaman?
Okay.
So you just told that your dream was not so good.
Yeah. So I say, what do you mean it was not a good dream?
It is a dream that was meaningful for you.
Do you know something about the case? And I just like show you my files.
No, you know something about the case. You have to dig in yourself.
Yeah, of course I know something about the case. I'm working on it.
You already know the truth. You know who did it.
What?
You already know the killer.
And I think back to my colleague who made fun of me this morning, and that's like the first image that pops in my head. I'm like, no. You must be mistaken. I mean, I know who did it, but that can't be him.
The answer is I knew, traveler.
What's your name? And I take out my notepad.
My name is like the spirit of the sparrow. You can't catch it.
Come on, cut the crap. I'd like you to come to the station to repeat what you just said. Like, would you be willing to make that an official statement?
Am I under arrest?
Of course you're not under arrest, but if you know something about the case, you should tell us. You know that we're working to solve it, right?
Traveler, you already know more than I do.
Listen, I'm not trying to be difficult here, but just if you have something concrete, just tell me. I'm not good at riddles. I wonder if we should make a conflict out of this.
Maybe it will. Maybe? Should be fine.
So yeah. When we do a conflict, we should state what's the objective for me, and then maybe you can decide, Isabelle, what happens if I lose. I think that the objective for me would be. Well, okay, let's keep it simple. The objective for me is going to be I make the shaman tell me something more precise, something more concrete.
Maybe the name of the cure.
The name. Or not the name. It would be maybe too simple, but either. Well, okay. Let's keep it vague, but let's say the name or at least something.
Yeah, you'll get a clue.
Right, a precise clue. That's what I'm looking for. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That's if I win.
And what about the counter of objective? So what happens if you lose? Normally, it's up to you to save the counter of objective.
Mm-hmm.
But you proposed that Isabelle said it. Maybe it would be fine.
Well, we can decide. I mean,
That's fine. So how do we resolve that?
well, so okay, so what happens if I? Well, first we have to decide what happens if I don't make it, if I lose. I think because I was thinking, of course, the most logical counter objective would be something like she turns away and she refuses to talk to me.
Maybe it's
more,
but maybe we can add a thing that.
Okay, let's. I'm thinking about something.
Yeah.
Because you said that Dwayne was going to the diner, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what if the counter objective was that Dwayne sees me with the shaman and automatically thinks that I'm hostile and I want to hurt her, and so he interrupts the interaction.
Okay, so if you lose, I think that you want to be violent or aggressive with
exactly.
the shaman. Okay,
yeah.
Fine. I agree. So it's related to my character, so I could have a veto, but I agree. It's fine.
Okay. So, all right. So I don't think I want to risk. So it's a simple conflict, yes? Or is it a dual conflict? Because if you get involved...
I think I propose you a dual conflict because
okay.
I am already reluctant to work with cops.
Yes.
And so I think I will play against you.
Okay.
So it's kind of strange, but I will play for you to lose.
Well, it's not strange at all. It's very logical, actually.
But yeah, because he's just mistaking himself. Huh?
Right. Okay. So I don't want to risk. I think I will just involve only one of my sentences, which is the first one. So I want to catch the killer to make the road, etc., etc.
My first, yes, I will. I will involve also my first sentence. What is? Oh my God! Please didn't make his work. I think that maybe maybe you don't make your work, and maybe you make it worse.
Right. Right.
Okay, so I roll my dice.
Yeah.
So Ayana, you can interact. Your character is not present, but you can say that he's entering the scene. Or you can say
Yes.
that maybe Ayana can interact just through time and space because all characters of Inflorenza are connected, they are mentally connected.
Well, I'm about to enter the scene anyway, because after I've been walking a few miles, I've tried to hitchhike. A few pickup trucks came by. No one stopped, so I'm getting a bit disheartened really. And after 3 or 4 miles, I arrive at a diner, and I saw quite a lot of cars there. So I'm going to try my luck in the diner to see if someone would like to take me to Vancouver.
And so you see the scene
Yes.
between Robert and the shaman.
Yes.
And how do you react?
I'm always a bit suspicious of shamans, so I stay away.
You're more confident with the cops, indeed.
Yes. I
So you
fully
could.
trust the cup.
So you can either stay away from the conflict or you can side with me. It's your choice.
I'm seeing the conflict from afar, and I'm not joining the conflict.
Oh, you stay neutral. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
I'm kind of watching it though.
Right.
So I rolled a 6.
I
which
rolled a
means
9.
Suffering. You rolled a 9, which means suffering. If we want, we can raise. So we can roll more dice if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you stay with results, with the new rules, you are suffering equals suffering. But in order to decide what happens, we can have a compromise, so an in-between situation.
Yeah.
And if we disagree, if we don't manage to make a compromise, we just have to roll again.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try for a compromise then.
Okay.
Maybe. Well,
Maybe you have a clue, but I am aggressing
exactly.
yourself.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. That she just has time to tell me the clue, and then you jump on me or something.
Yeah. And I am wearing an axe. She's hidden for the moment.
That's going to be a short life for Roberts, I think. Okay, so what's the clue then?
Well, if it is a name that you seek, I cannot give you one, but I can show you the killer, if that's what you want. So take this, and I'll hand you a small bag full of herbs.
Ah, nice.
Looks like seasoning herbs, really. It looks pretty neutral. But what I'm telling you is, eat those at night while you're lying down, and you will see the killer. But beware, this will have a price.
All right, so I look at the bag.
This is a tic-tac, a clockwork clue, kinda.
Yeah. So I look at the bag, a bit puzzled, not sure yet if I believe you or not, and that's probably the moment when Dwayne arrives. So I'll just oh right, I have to write a sentence of suffering.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of ending my turn there, but first, oh yeah, so sentence of suffering. So I have to roll the die to have a theme.
And while you are examining the herbs, the lady disappears.
Okay. Yeah.
She disappears, like she walks away, or poof, she.
You don't know, you were not looking. Maybe she vanished into thin air.
All right. Okay, let me think about my sentence of suffering.
Maybe it was just a bait, and she used that to walk away.
Yeah, like it will get him off my.
It's a decoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, is it okay? Because I rolled a 1 for my sentence of suffering. Is it okay if I write something a little vague, but also I would say vaguely menacing, threatening? Because I was thinking about something like the road is going to. I'm going to lose myself on the road or something like that.
Okay, so because you're feeling puzzled and
yeah, because I'm feeling puzzled, and also I think that even though I don't realize it completely, I'm probably going to use the herbs, which also means that I'm going to question my identity. So.
And that is responding to what I wanted to write, because my sentence of suffering, I and I rolled the dice and obtained shamanism.
That's perfect.
And so I wrote, "We all wander in a blur of mistake."
Oh, that's perfect.
And so I also get confused. I am in a smoke of signs, lost. I lost myself, and find you. You lost yourself too.
Right. Well, anyway, that's. I think I will end my turn there, so we can begin with the arrival of Dwayne.
Okay. So maybe I can begin my turn with an argument with you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So my hands are grabbing you by the chest. So I am shivering. You saw my face that is quite devastating by time, by alcohol. I am smelling alcohol. I am smelling smoke. I look confused. And I tell you something like, what the hell do you do? Stop harassing my sisters and brothers.
Okay.
Go make your job.
Okay, calm yourself, mate. I'm just. I am doing my job right now.
Well, you no. You're harassing my brothers and sisters.
You've been drinking, haven't you? I think you'd better lie down. You don't...
Maybe I drink, and you do bullshit.
Okay. Yeah, listen, let's just calm down. I take a look at Ayana. I see Ayana looking at the scene, and I'm like, okay, let's not do this in front of everybody. Like, why don't we go inside and take a coffee or something? You know, we can talk. I'm not here to fight.
Okay, you saw he's about to be violent, but at the last time he resigned and he follows you in the diner because he's still hoping to see Stephanie Merrick, and maybe I saw Ayana, and maybe I don't want to seem a too violent guy, a too bad guy in front of one of my sisters. Ayana, your girl from reservation. I know your family. Maybe when you were younger, you used to play with Chayton, my nephew. Do you agree?
Yes, I recall that.
And so it makes me pain. Yes, I don't want to seem too violent in front of you. And so I follow the cop in the diner.
Well, I follow as well in the diner.
Okay, and we drink coffee. And
so, do you join us at the table, or?
No, I don't. I just stay in the middle of the diner, and I yell, "Is anyone driving to Vancouver? I'm looking for a ride."
I think Stephanie Merrick is asking you. He's saying, I can bring it. I can bring you to Vancouver.
Okay, well that would be great.
So it's time to introduce a little bit more this driver. Robert, would you say something about Stephanie? Because yeah. So
So I pictured Stephanie as actually. I think it's a good fit for Ayana, because I pictured her as someone rather young, like maybe at the end of her 20s, beginning of her 30s. She's wearing a kind of a bike, a leather jacket with heavy makeup, and I think, if you had to describe her, you would say like something like she's badass,
Okay.
and so probably she also responds to Ayana because she feels empathy toward this young girl who's also looking for what she presumes is adventure.
She seems protective.
Yeah,
Something
it's well, protective, maybe more like friendly than protective. Like, you know, like
Okay.
how here's someone who seems fun and who seems like I'm going to have a good time traveling with. That's what she thinks. I'm not saying that she's right, but
Okay.
and so meanwhile we're since we're still in your turn, I think, Dwayne.
Yes, my turn. Yeah.
So I'm trying to calm you down, and I'm gesturing towards the file that I lay out on the table and say, look, I'm working on the case right now. I was actually, and I point, well, I nod towards Stephanie, and I say I was actually just about to interrogate this young woman right here.
Okay.
So if you're calmed down now, maybe I can do my job, and we'll be both happy about that. What do you think?
I am still angry, maybe boiling as just like the coffee. But okay, but just let's talk to her together.
What do you want to talk to Stephanie for? No, I'm not going to say Stephanie. I'm going to say, what do you want to talk to Ms. Merrick for?
I think Stephanie said a little bit of things about the last disappearance along the Highway of Tears.
That's right.
But I am sure that she didn't tell all the truth. I think she saw and experienced some things in the forest that she doesn't tell.
Yeah, but listen.
She has to tell.
Of course, I agree with you, but don't you think that she would be better telling it to the police than, I mean, it's our job to solve this case. It's not yours.
Okay. Let's go to that point. And so I am just plunging my head, my hand in my clothes. How do you react?
Well, in this case, I reach for my gun. I'm not sure.
Okay, just pulling your finger on it, something like that.
No. But I just wanted to say that I have no idea if Canadian policemen actually have guns. But let's.
I think you have.
No, I'm like reaching for my pockets. So of course I'm ready for anything.
I just pick up a picture of my nephew.
Okay, so in this case, I can relax.
You are supposed to know him.
Yes, yes, I do. So I assume that I know his name, but I'll let you, Thomas, decide.
His real name? No, don't speak about his white name. Speak about his real name. His real name is Juanita. It means good spirits.
And he disappeared on the highway, isn't that right?
Yeah. And I am wondering why the good spirits have abandoned him, this boy.
Listen, they didn't. I mean,
you didn't make your job. You didn't make your job.
Listen, we are very. I mean, I get close to you and I speak a little.
I can rely on you.
I speak a little lower and I say, listen, I'm. I have to say that you're right that the police is not. We could do more for the case. That's true. But listen, I'm not like the others. You have to trust me on this. And I try to touch your hand. I don't know if you let me.
Just 1 second, and after I am taking my hand away.
I'm not like the others. I really want to help. You have to trust me on this. But
I don't know. I don't think that native lives really matter for you.
Of course they are. How can you say that? Come on. I mean, they matter just as much as any life.
You can feel a great amount of hunger coming from.
Look at this.
Dwayne.
Look at this girl right there, and I gesture towards Ayana. She's probably. I mean, if it weren't for his marriage, she probably would have walked along the highway herself, and that makes me worried. I want to make the road a safe place again to travel.
Okay, so what I propose is ending my turn with a conflict, and I propose this conflict. We will talk. We'll talk with Stephanie Merrick, but she will just say some vague stories, not something very new to our ears. And I am playing a conflict kinda against myself. If I lose, I just lose my temper. And tonight, I will go and fetch Stephanie, and I will torture her in order she tells.
Okay.
So I am just fighting against myself.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah. That's fine for me. So that's a simple conflict, yes.
Do you need to make some role play with Stephanie, or just go to the conflict now?
Well, I think maybe go to the conflict now, because Stephanie right now she's talking with Ayana, right? So
okay. So we go talking with Stephanie. I think Ayana, you're just listening in the middle, something like that. You understand what happens.
Yes.
Okay.
Like maybe you were just talking about agreeing about how it was going to go, or something like that. But it's just like 1 minute, and before you have time to really go into details, you see this guy approaching. What sentence do you use?
My objective is to keep calm. Nothing more, I think. Maybe if I win the conflict, I keep calm, and I regain, as a group, regain more confidence from Stephanie, and sometime later she will talk more.
Okay.
And the counter objective, I already said, is that I lose my temper, and tonight I will torture Stephanie. And I think Ayana will witness that.
Okay.
Okay. So do you get involved in that conflict, Ayana or Robert?
No, I don't.
I think I am, yeah, because I want to keep things calm. So.
Okay. So in fact, we are allies in that conflict, because I stay to keep calm too.
Yeah. So I side with you, and I think I'll
okay,
just
we stand
I'll,
together.
yes, and I'll give you a die. I think I'll use my first sentence again. I want to catch the killer.
Okay, you can roll the die by yourself.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, interesting.
Okay. I roll the die for Stephanie Merrick as witnessed something more that she said. Because it is a motivation in a way, and it is an hindrance in another way, because I am losing my temper because I think she's lying. She's hiding the truth, and it gets me out of my nerves. Okay, when I think we all wander in a blur of mistake, and we are in a remote place, and everybody is smoking in the diner. Native people are smudging. There are a lot of smoke, and I get confused. This is an hindrance. But in this game, hindrances are giving us dice. Okay, that's all. That's enough. 2 dice for me. Okay. I got 2 dice of suffering, 6 and 5. And what result?
That's good news, because I rolled 11, which is a dice of power.
Dice of power. So when dice of power, so we gain the conflict. Okay, you can use your dice of power, or to write a power sentence, or you can give it to Ayana or myself.
Well, Ayana is not in the conflict, so.
But you can give it if you want.
Yeah, I think I will, because.
But she can refuse.
Okay, so Ayana, do you want a die of power?
Yeah. Okay.
Because I figure, like, if you see that the conversation is going calmly, and that the police seems to be working on the case, that's probably going towards what you want.
Yeah.
I give you a die of suffering, Robert.
Of course you do.
And I am taking the last for myself.
All right.
Natives. Okay. My suffering sentence is with a team, the natives. I write, I am ashamed of my behavior. This is not worth of a Saschem. I think this is I don't show respect for my culture acting like that. Even if I keep calm, I am blurred and confused, and this is not showing respect for my roots. A real Saschem would be far more good-tempered.
My sentence, I rolled a 5, so shamanism again, and my sentence of suffering is so I can see the conflict in Dwayne's eyes, and I'm not sure I understand completely what is going on inside of you, but I want to make it stop. And so I wrote, I'll help Dwayne shake off his nightmares.
Okay. Ayana, which power sentence did you write?
I haven't found the power sentence yet.
Would you some more explanations about how
Yeah,
to write a power sentence?
Give an example of power sentence, please.
Okay. Côme, would you please do that?
Yeah, well, the power sentence is the opposite of a sentence of suffering. So something that makes you stronger.
Something that helps, yeah.
Yeah. So what theme did you roll? Because you have to roll a die to know
the police.
The police.
Okay.
Well, in this case, it could be something about how seeing a policeman handling the situation makes you feel better, or makes you more trustful of the police, or it can, I don't know, something about.
I am willing to help the police in their investigation.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. So I think this is really good for ending my turn, and let's introduce Ayana's next turn.
Yes.
I don't know what you want to play, but can I suggest a scene with Stephanie on the road, something like that? What do you think about it?
Yes, that's the direction it's going to take. So, anyone wants to play Stephanie for the interaction to negotiate the terms of going on the road?
Yeah, I can play her if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
can you describe the truck of Stephanie?
Me?
Anybody?
It's an old red pickup truck, but you can see that it's old because it's so old that it's almost pink more than red. It's brick color almost.
Yeah, very nice.
You can see that it's almost white on top, as if it was outside all the time. And at the back of the pickup truck, you can find debris of wood.
Okay. Maybe we can plunge deeper in the forest L, because this is the main theme of Inflorenza and of the Highway of Tears theaters. And so I think you are already you have already driven along the Highway of Tears, and so the highway is going on and on and on and on between the trees. And the trees are getting more and more giant sequoias, so old and ancient, with a peel that is cracked like an old skin. And weather is getting colder and colder because of the shadows who are strengthening their hold on the souls along the Highway of Tears. And skies seem so far away between the trees. And there is nothing that the constant roaring of a truck and the noise of a stereo post. Okay, what about Stephanie?
All right, so you want to go to Vancouver?
Yes, I do. I want to reach the city as soon as possible.
Well, listen, I mean, it's not directly on my way, but I can make a detour to bring me there. That no problem. I can use some company on the road.
Oh, it's quite nice of you. But I must warn you, I don't have much money to pay for that trip.
Listen, we can. I'm sure. We'll find a way. You just the company is can be enough.
It's much appreciated. So, are you from there?
From Vancouver, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, you know, it's been so long. I'm not really from anywhere right now. I'm just in between.
Okay.
What about you? What makes you? I mean, you're obviously not from Vancouver.
Oh, you know, I was thinking of maybe exploring around and seeing odd things that just my family. Seeing what it's about.
Yeah, I get that. But yeah, I mean, be careful. You know that right now it's not the perfect time to travel on the roads. I've heard some stuff that.
Can I say just a little thing? Maybe just in this time along the road you see a panel with hitchiker girl in a ghostly wood with comment just a car in the horizon. This is the only light of the scene because it is the night, and you saw cross like a cemetery along the highway, and it is written because of the hitchhiker girl. It is written, "It's not worth a risk. Choose a safer ride." And it is written also, "Missing. If you have any information, call this phone number or the nearest police department." And you've got portraits of disappeared persons, just young hitchhikers, boys and girls, all natives.
I realized that one of the picture is someone I know, and it makes me jump. And it's someone I knew when I was a young kid, and that I had never been in touch with again. So it makes me jump, and my knee hits the glove box, which slams open, and I see a massive gun in it.
Oh my god!
And Stephanie just quickly reaches and closes it. And,
why are you carrying that?
Well, what do you think? I mean,
are
look
you
at
killing people?
Oh, you're very direct.
I'm hurting whoever needs to be hurt, and whoever tries to hurt me. You know how it is for us girls out there.
I don't agree with that.
Well, we're...
Who needs to be hurt?
Trust me, a lot of people who don't know when to stop. And her look just, you know, she stares at the road.
You should get rid of it. What if someone gets hurt?
Don't worry, I know how to handle it. But listen, if you're not okay with that, I can just we've not driven far. I can just stop the truck and leave you down here. But if you come in my truck, you follow my rules.
Maybe you can drop me at the next diner then.
Well, maybe I can.
Should we put a conflict there?
Well,
Okay.
do you the conflict would be because do you really want to? I mean, do you actually want to stay in the truck and be driven to Vancouver, or do you really want to get off?
I want to get off, but what if I fail to convince her to drop me at the diner and she just drops me on the road?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
What if she's offended that I judged her weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what happens if you win the conflict?
I get dropped at the next diner.
So that is a winning.
Yes.
Okay. And what happens if you lose?
She drops me just on the side of the road where the trees are
Yes.
way darker.
Yeah. So she leaves you in the wild.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Okay, I think I am staying neutral.
Yeah, I think I'll stay neutral too.
Okay, this is between you and yourself.
Perfect. So I just do the roll.
How many dice do you
yeah,
roll?
which sentences do you involve in this conflict?
I am one of the successful natives.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. 12. Hey.
Nice.
12. The power dice.
Yes.
So you can drive a power sentence. So she just leaves you near a gas station.
Yes.
Okay, nice. So you can write a power sentence or give the power dice to one of. But I don't think we are worthy of obtaining a power dice from you.
Such power. I'll keep it for myself.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You should.
In that case, I think that my diplomacy skills have increased. I can talk people out of what they wanted to do.
You got which team do you roll for the power dice?
Oh yeah. What did I get? What is 5?
Just for the audience, we are never forced to roll the team dice. This is just a creative. How would you say?
Constraints?
Yes, a creative hint. But I think we are just trying to be performance players. So we always, you just for we always roll the team dice.
I've rolled 5. It's what is 5?
Shamanism.
Okay.
Shamanism. So can you add something?
In that case,
Makes sense.
In that case, I feel pretty satisfied with the way I handled the situation with the gun, and I feel like I can channel the spirit of the hawk when it comes to diplomacy.
Ah, okay. So you get more tribal than ever.
Yes, I feel like the tribe masters. I can talk to people and make them do what I want.
I think the gas station is not so fancy, but there are some vehicles. Maybe a cop car amongst them.
Yep.
But the gas stations itself is pretty decayed, but still open. Would you add something on? Would you prefer to end your turn?
I leave it there.
Okay. So Robert.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I think that after our integration of Stephanie, so she didn't really give us anything useful. I mean, from Robert's point of view, at least. So I just pretended to write things down just to show Dwayne that I was working on the case. But then I actually became worried about this young girl that I saw living with Stephanie, because I think that deep down, I agree with Dwayne that Stephanie is hiding something. So I leave the diner, and I just hop back in my car, and I take the highway of tears to try and follow the truck. The thing is that on the way, of course, I'm not really focusing on the road. I'm thinking about a lot of stuff. There's this bag of herbs that the woman gave me. There's this conversation I've just had with Dwayne, and I'm not totally okay with leaving him at the diner. I worry that he will do something he's going to regret.
He will.
So what I'm saying is that I'm not, probably I'm less cautious on the road that I should, and my foot hits the pedal a little more that it usually does. Okay. And so I think I'd like to make a simple conflict.
Do you think you will have an encounter with a deer or something like that?
I was thinking a little more than a deer, but yes.
More bestial.
Okay, so let's just say that I'm driving. I'm going a little too fast, and then at the
night.
It's the end of the day. Yeah, it's okay. Like the sun is setting down in maybe half an hour or something, and I suddenly see a shape, a big shape in the middle of the road, and I hit the brakes to try and not hit the thing that I just saw. So my objective, if I win, I avoid crashing into whatever this is, and probably stop the car to see what it is. And if I lose, well, I run it over, basically. And of course, I should say, to make it a good conflict, that it's probably, as I said, it's probably not a deer. I was thinking about something. How can I say that? Something created by the forest to watch over it or something.
Okay. As a focus player, you have the entire responsibility to tell what happens if you win and what happens if you lose, as it is a single conflict. But can I propose you to be more precise and
okay.
more?
Yeah, sure. Because
we just try to get some narrative impulse. So maybe. Yeah. Maybe if you win, so you avoid crushing the creature, and I think maybe this encounter brings you some more knowledge about the disappearance. You understand?
Yeah, sure.
It gets you further in the story, so something like that. Yeah. And maybe if you lose, so if you lose. You are crushing your car on the creature, okay?
Yeah, and I was thinking that, so I'm if I lose, I lose control of the car, and the and the creature I'm maybe knocked unconscious or something, and the creature just drags me into the woods, and we'll see what happens next.
Okay, so you get you get unconscious, and the creatures grabs you into the zoo. You get kidnapped, something like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There's half an hour left, so
yeah, that's why I want to.
You just try to go further in the story.
Yes.
Because, okay.
Exactly.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
So yeah, do you want to get involved in the conflict?
I want to help you, because I am ashamed of my behavior. This is not worth of Saschem. I think I, as a Saschem, I am here to protect the good people, and something in me is telling me that you're a good person, even if you're blurred and confused and maybe incompetent. That doesn't matter. You're a good person, and so the shadow of the Saschems, the feathers of on his head, the ancientness of the Saschem is trying to protect you. Just one dice for you.
Okay. Well, I'll let you roll the die. Ayana, do you want to get involved?
No, I'm not even on the scene.
Yeah, but you okay?
No matter. So you're connected. You're mentally connected, and you can.
In that case, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the basis of Inflorenza is that the characters are connected with each other, even if they don't know it. So maybe
Dwayne is not there.
Yeah, exactly. So you probably
maybe he's far away.
Right. So you can help me either symbolically or kind of with the energy that you give.
Okay.
But you can say neutral, but in this case, you're kinda consciently neutral. So this is a real decision from your character, because your Ayana is she does know what happens.
Right.
She does know what's going on.
Okay. So all of a sudden, I feel like a great tension all over, and instinctively I grab the knife that I have.
And okay. How many dice do you give me?
I'm checking what sentences I can lose. 2.
Nice.
Can you tell the sentence related?
I am one of the successful natives, and I trust the police to guarantee my safety.
Okay.
So just so you know, and that's also for the audience, the more dice we roll, and the more chance we have of rolling a die of sacrifice. So winning with an edge, basically. I'm going to involve 2 sentences, I think. I want to catch the killer, and I'm going to lose myself on the road. Seems appropriate.
Okay.
So should I roll all the dice, maybe? Because
no, we are playing with the new rules, the rules
everyone
for the English Vincent, so everyone roll his own dice.
Sure. Okay.
3, the suffering.
Okay, there's a 9 and a 12 for me.
Suffering plus power.
I've rolled 5 twice.
5 and 5. Hey, that's good.
Okay, so we get 4 suffering dice plus 1 power dice. We have 3 characters on the conflict, and so we just can't obtain more than 3 suffering dice or 3 power dice. So there is just 3 suffering dice left, plus 1 power dice. Okay. I am taking my suffering dice for myself. To maybe what do you make with your suffering dice, Ayana?
I'm taking them for myself as well.
Okay, and so there is 1 suffering dice and 1 power dice left for you.
Yeah, I think I'll take both.
Okay. Okay, when the road. I think. I write. I was too much afraid by the road. My team was road, and it is time to face it. Because everything leads us to the road, and the appearance of this creature is not. This is our fate. This is our destiny. This is a sign.
I'm just thinking about this second sentence.
Maybe Ayana, you
Yes,
can tell.
So for my suffering,
Right.
I was thinking, I was grabbing the knife so tight that I didn't realize I was grabbing the blade, and I now have a big gash in my hand. I'm bleeding profusely.
Okay.
I feel a bit lightheaded just looking at the blood.
Nice.
All right. So for my part, so what happens is that I avoid the creature at the last second. I make a big. I brake with all my strength, and my car just stops in the middle of the road, and I see in my rear view mirror the creature approaching. I reach for my gun, and there's maybe it's like a flicker in the light or something. But I see two things at once. First, I see that the forest, the branches of the forest of the trees by the road seems to be moving closer towards me, as if they were trying to entrap the car, as if they were trying to eat me alive in a way. And at the same time, there's a look in the eyes of the creature, and so the creature is kind of a shapeless monster made of mud and branches and leaves, and also a few bits of the posters of the disappeared. You can see their faces kind of merged into the creature's skin in a way. And when I look into the creature's eyes, I see. I recognize that look, and that's the look of the colleague who mocked me this morning. And so I was about to.
Maybe that was what the shaman talk you about.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was about to open the door and shoot at it, but I just stay there, like I hesitate to shoot, and the creature is moving towards me, and I can't really accept what I'm seeing.
Do you remember having eaten the herbs? Or maybe you don't remember at all?
Yeah, I think, well, maybe at this moment we see in the back of the car that the bag of herbs is lighter than before. So probably I've eaten some, but I don't remember.
Okay.
And I'm just going to end my turn as the creature moves towards the car.
Okay, so can you tell us your two sentences, please?
Yeah, so my first sentence was related to the forest. I rolled a 2, and so it's the forest wants to eat me alive. And then I rolled a 6, which is the predator, and so I wrote, I've seen the true face of the creature.
Okay, nice.
And that's your turn.
Okay. I have an idea. I drove away along the highway of tears, and I am crying. This is the highway of my tears. I am crying in my pickup. I am smoking. I am eating cancer, and I am so sad. And just in my car is so messy. You can see my tools from the time I was working in the dockyard, but I have been fired because I drank too much, and there were some accidents because of me. So I get fired, and after I just spent my time doing bullshit. I drove along the highway. I drove across the ancient forests with a peel just like the old skin. And I was deaf to the sound of nature. I was deaf to the wisdom of nature. And I am just seeing myself stopping at the gas station I am blurred and confused, and I am touching the axe that is still hidden in my clothes, and it is warm, and all the rest of my body is cold and dead, and I am just seeing Ayana hitchhiking in the gas station, and there is this man in his truck. He's stopping, and he tells you, Ayana, come on, I'll take you. We can start tonight. Where do you go? And I have not any kind of confidence towards this man. He looks, I think he looks pervert. I don't know what to tell about him. He has this smile. He has the smile of a predator, and he tells you, Ayana, come on, don't be shy.
I'm trying to rub my hand covered in blood in a piece of clothing, and I'm a bit concerned that the guy in the truck will see the blood. So I'm kind of walking slowly towards him, and since it's almost dark, I can't really see his face. So I decide to jump in the truck.
Okay, so just in this moment, if you agree, you can make a conflict. If you disagree, or you can make another decision. I think Dwayne is rushing, and he's stopping you. I stop you, and I think I ask for the guy to come and see me. Come and see me.
Yeah, I'm fine with the conflict.
So you want to make a conflict?
Yes.
Okay. I think if I win the conflict, Côme, would you want to say something?
No, I just wanted to add a small detail, like the guy is probably smelling of alcohol as well.
Okay. Yeah. If I win the conflict, I I am just stopping you, and I am grabbing this guy. I grab this guy, and I near kill him. I think I will hurt him with my axe before I stop.
Okay. And if you lose?
You decided to make a conflict with me, so you decide what happens if I lose.
If you lose, well, I'll go on the right with the truck driver.
And what happens? Just that, or would you add something?
Well, we'll see what happens.
Well,
Okay.
He probably beats the shit out of you or something. I mean.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Okay, nice. In these new versions of the rules, Côme, just so you know, you can ask for a three-sided conflict. You can ask for another issue if you want, or you can help when you can help Ayana or Dwayne, or you may also help the two of us if you want.
That's hard to choose. Yeah, I think I'll help you, Dwayne, because at the end of the day, I want girls like Ayana to feel safe. So, and I've seen the true face of the creature, and I really don't want her to face it. So I'm going to give you, let's see, this die, and then I'll help Dwayne shake off his nightmares. So that's the second die, and I want to catch the killer. So I give you 3 dice.
3 dice. Okay. I come for revenge. This is my first dice. That's fine. I think we will never know what Stephanie Maricas will see, but it's no matter. I wander in a blur of mistake. This is another dice, and I think I am ashamed of my behaviors. This is not my worth of a Saschem. I think it's what I will do is what a Saschem should have done. I am feeling the spirit of the ancients in my skin, and they are guiding my axe. Okay.
Ayana, which dice do you involve? Which sentences do you involve? Sorry.
I can channel Spirit of the Hawk to persuade, and that's it.
Okay.
All right.
This is quite asymmetric.
It's 1 against. How many do you have, Thomas? 3.
3.
Yes, 1 against 6. My God.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Alors, when sacrifice, when power, and when suffering dies.
Yeah, I rolled the same. 1 sacrifice, one power, and 1 suffering.
Okay. So there are 2 sacrifice dice in our pool, and this means that when there are 2 sacrifices more, they are contaminating all the pool, and so we got 6
dice of sacrifice. Oh, bloody hell!
Okay, so this will really hurt. We win the conflict, maybe, but this will hurt.
Wait, because what did you roll?
12.
12, so that's a dice of
you get a dice of power, but sacrifice dice are stronger than in a dual conflict.
Yeah,
sacrifice dice are stronger than power dice. So you lose the conflict, but
you still get a sentence of power, which is
there is something positive for you.
Yeah. Thomas, how do you want to? So wait, so six dice of sacrifice, but there are only 2 of us on this side.
How many sentences do you have?
I've got 6.
Okay. I propose that we both withdraw three sentences.
But don't we have to reduce the number to 2 because there are only 2 of us?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is just about
Paradise
paradise and suffering like
yes.
that.
Okay,
Sacrifice dice, there is no limit.
Okay, so three sacrifices each.
Okay. So sacrifice means that we win the conflict, but we how do you tell?
Well, I've got an idea to what happens to
we cancel 3 sentences ish.
Yeah, we strike out.
Okay, strike out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So which ones do you?
Stephanie Merrick has witnessed something. I strike out this sentence because we will never know. And this is time for revenge. I struck it out because revenge is over. I take this guy. I am grabbing him in the road despite of Ayana's protestations, and I am hurting him with my axe, and the guy is crying. There's a lot of blood, and I realize that he's innocent. He's not the killer of the highway. I just got out of my mind, and I strike out. We all wander in a blur of mistake because suddenly through the blood this blur get out, and now all is crystal clear for me, and I am down on my knees and I am crying, and this guy is fucking crying, and I say, oh my nephew, my son, I have left you playing in the dockyard. I was not looking after you. I am responsible. This is all my fault. And the road is just spilling his blood. Okay, fine. Côme, which sentence do you strike out?
So I strike out. You'll see what happens to Robert when we come to my scene. But let's just say that I strike out. I'll help them. I will help Dwayne shake off his nightmares because I can somehow I think feel that you either have gone too far and I cannot help you, or you don't need my help anymore. And I'm going to strike out. The shaman saw me in her dreams because the things that she saw about me, I think, may not be entirely true anymore. And the dream has served its purpose, which was to lead me on the road. And I'm going to strike out. I want to catch the killer, but I'm not going to explain why right now, and I'm going to explain why probably in a short epilogue at the end.
Okay. Ayana, can you tell us which power sentence do you write?
I am determined to make justice happen. Oh, I drew Polly's, by the way.
Okay. Maybe how do you react in this scene?
I'm horrified. I run away and I hide behind a small building that is nearby.
Do you feel your life has changed?
Yes, to me everything is confusing and scary now. I don't know what to do. I don't even know if I still want to go to Vancouver. So I need to rest because I'm totally out of breath. I'm scared. The blood is still dribbling from my hand. So I decide to take the herbs the healer gave me to calm the pain because I feel like I'm not well. So I lie down behind the building and I take the herbs.
Okay.
I chew them slowly, but it's not calming the pain at all. It's not making it worse, but it's definitely not calming the pain. And it's all starting to get blurry and fuzzy around me. I feel like I'm seeing things. I remember the face that I saw on the sign, the girl that I knew from my childhood. And it's like it's a memory, but it's not my memory. I see the girl who's kneeling down and someone's shooting her in the head from above her. I don't know what I'm seeing, and I see a horse. And the man shooting her is on a horse, and the horse is trampling her down. I can see the hooves on her face, and it's breaking her skull, and I pass out.
Oh, nice. Okay, Côme. So, are you okay to make a very short turn?
Oh yeah, I just as an epilogue of some sort. Yeah, I just have an idea because I've just shot the creature after hesitating. I decide that justice is more important, so I shoot down the creature, and as I do, and its shape, it reverts back to its human shape, and so I see the colleague, my colleague, lying by the road, shot to death, and I look over him, and part of me is kind of horrified at what I've done, but at the same time I know that I've done the right thing, that I've caught the killer. And then something moves in the woods. There's a noise in the bushes, and I see a pair of eyes looking at me, and then another, and then another, and then another, and I see a dozen eyes looking at me, and slowly more creatures emerge from the woods, looking exactly like the one I've just shot. And I realize that I may have stopped one of them, but surely it's not the end. And that's it for me.
So you're plunged in absolute horror.
Yes.
Do you want to write a conclusive sentence, or just end like that?
I think I'm just going to underline the forest wants to eat me alive.
Okay.
Because I think that would be yeah.
You write it again. Okay. The forest wants to eat you alive. Any last word, anyway?
No.
Okay. So, the forest eats all of us alive.